Hi guys, how's going on? My name is Dr. Faust, and today we're gonna be testing the heroics and the PTR of the Burning Crusade. The real question is that we're all wondering is, are they too difficult? We are all in blues in this group. There are no mongoose enchants, no enchants pretty much, half gemmed. Everyone is pretty much according to the same rules. We will be potting and food buffing. The scuff composition, the group composition is pretty scuffed. We got an arms warrior, fury warrior, a hunter, and a resto druid. Not ideal. This is also my first time playing prod paladin, so this is gonna be a very on the ropes test. But the point of this video is to really stress test the dungeons and really see if it really is too difficult to do. Also, I'm lagging with 1000 ms, so let's give it a try. Okay, I'm gonna get my buffs on, food buffs. I've never played prod paladin. Ever. Okay.
Bruh.
No fucking way. Why did you die? Okay. So that's one down. Not sure why the warrior died. It is the arms warrior, so he should be doing the least amount of DPS. Oh my god.
Hello there.
So warrior left. Where's the lock? Maybe we should get the lock. Do we attack the threat aura? Did I actually move? No issue. Where am I going? So we are missing one person. I don't know if this is still doable. I'm gonna keep the warrior. Try to. I don't know why left. Why?
Yay!
Okay.
The trash seems pretty easy, pretty manageable, there's no issue. We are 4 people.
The trash seems pretty easy, pretty manageable, there's no issue. We have 4 people.
Let's see. see if the boss... I don't think so, but let's see. Okay. Where's my... Jesus Christ. Wow. Kill me, bro. Guys, keep in mind, this is my first time tanking, first time playing Prod Pally, first time doing a heroic in the PTR. Cut me some slack. I mean, we still killed it. Everyone should be doing okay damage. Apart from my horrible tanking. This should be emulating real and true and actual conditions. So let's keep that in mind. Gonna lose the healer. He's not gonna be... He's not gonna be pushing through. Again, I'm fucking lagging. Oh my god, so the group just falls apart. You see, the actual problem with heroics is not that the heroics themselves are too difficult. Okay, it's not about the difficulty. It's not that they are too hard. Let's do a post-mortem. The first wipe, I used Divine Shield like a absolute dipshit. Okay, I got the group killed. That was on me. That shouldn't happen ever. Okay, anyone with any sliver, with any modicum of expertise, of experience with tanking or playing Prod Paladin, that should never happen. Second wipe, we got a weird thrashing mechanic going. The boss literally attacked me 3 times in 1 second. I insta-died pretty much. The third wipe, we actually killed the boss. We literally killed the boss, even though I, again, fucked up the mechanic. On his phasing mechanic, I fucked it up and I attacked him, I died. They still killed him. The real issue with TBC heroic dungeons, with TBC, with WoW, heroics, raids, is not the difficulty, especially not in classic. It is the case in vanilla, it is the case in TBC, it is the case in Vatlk. After Vatlk, okay, like Cataclysm, the shit gets a bit too overtuned, that's fine. The real issue is simply that people lack the patience, they lack the preparation, they just want to loot piñatas, they want to breeze through the content. Yeah, bro, thanks. They want to breeze through the content. Again, the healer left after, 20-15 minutes, 3 wipes. Actually 2 wipes, because on the 3rd try we actually killed him. The other dude, the first warrior just disconnected after, I think, the first to the 2nd wipe. That is the real issue. Now, is it the solution to patch the heroics and to actually just use a post-nerf version of the heroics? Is that gonna make the game better? Is that gonna retain the player base better? Is that gonna be better for the game's health long term? I don't think so. I think raids and dungeons, generally speaking, there should be a peaks and troughs dynamics in them. That is to say, for example, the first boss in Karazhan is a fucking joke. Okay, the horse, Bad Knight. Morose is medium difficulty. I mean, there are some groups that actually wipe on Morose. You actually need some coordination if you just don't have infinite damage, or the min-max group. So Karazhan has about 3 or 4 bosses that actually require some degree of competency, some degree of class mastery, some degree of coordination, some degree of comms, but the rest are loot piñatas. The rest are absolutely loot piñatas. And I think that's how it should be. There should be very little mechanics for each fight, but each mechanic should be very punishing. It should be very punishing, at least for the individual. Maybe it shouldn't wipe the entire raid, but it should be punishing for the individual at least. Just kill the person that fucked up the mechanic, that stood on the fire or whatever. Just kill it. If everything is a loot piñata, really, what is the point? What is the point? We fought so vociferously and hard and long to realize and materialize getting actually vanilla, getting actually TBC, and getting actually to a lesser extent Vatlk, because we wanted something different. We didn't want the loot piñatas of class of retail. We didn't want the the class harmonization of retail. We didn't want the complexity of rotations of retail. We didn't want the lack of transparency and simplicity of retail. What we wanted is a game that is simple, clear to understand, a game that when you actually strategize, apply proper itemization, think frost resistance in Saffron, think probably getting a prot paladin with shadow resistance for this boss, or maybe a shadow resistance gear or enchants if there is such a thing for this boss. We want that. That's why we fought so vociferously and long to getting TBC and Vanilla Classic. If we start getting a version of the content that is a lesser version, an easier version than the one that was firstly intended, than the one that was firstly designed for. The PvE in TBC is pretty well designed. The PvP is whatever. That's another issue. But the PvE part is it has a pretty cogent design. So what just happened in this group really testifies and really shows, in my experience and in my humble opinion, what is really going on in this game. I repeat, the first guy did see it. Maybe he rage quit it, maybe he didn't on the first pull after the first wipe. Then 10 minutes later we get a placement for him, a hunter. The second pull I fuck up. Clearly I fucked it up. I pulled, the boss shifted into his phasing. I panicked into Divine Shield. I got the group wiped. That is not a natural wipe. That is not a, oh, this is so difficult. Oh, we aren't geared enough. Oh, we fucked up the mechanic. No, that is just accounted by my lack of experience and expertise, and superseded with my retardation also. You always gotta keep that in mind. The third wipe, the group falls apart. On the first boss in PTR testing, keep that in mind. PTR testing means that the players inside of the PTR are skewed. What does that mean? It means that the people that are actually logged on the PTR, playing on the PTR, testing heroics on the PTR, are players that are more skewed towards the sweaters, towards the no-lifers, towards the those that do not know what a grass feels like on your hand, and still they left. Granted, you have some people from retail testing TBC, some people that didn't try it out or played it through their first time around, actually queued in arenas with one Resto Shaman playing Red Resto arenas, that he actually also left the arenas because he didn't like that Earthshock interrupt was on the GCD. Bro, I mean, fine. Honestly, if you prefer retail PvP, although that's another issue, that's your prerogative, that's your thing. If you like to press 1,000 buttons and only see the enemy health bar only take for 1% of his life, then if that brings you joy and purpose in your life, then that's your thing. That's perfectly fine. Me, I like to press one button and see a 10th, 20, 40% of his life through maybe a lucky win-free proc or command proc drop. But that's another issue. So really, the purpose of this video was really, the original purpose of this video was really to showcase how each and every dungeon feels. Playing with pre-rate bis, full blues, no fancy enchants, no fancy gems. I mean, this side of my gear is completely ungemmed. This side is gemmed. And to actually see and test this is if we actually how it feels. Maybe perhaps the nerves, the post nerves are completely justified and needed and in place and not out of place. Maybe that's the case. Judging by this experience, again, this is an extremely hard boss in TBC. In fresh TBC, where everyone's a fresh 70, where everyone's done some dungeons, probably everyone's full normal dungeon geared, and everyone's venturing into the heroics. This is supposed to be a top-notch, incredibly difficult boss. Okay, I remember the first time around, or the second time around in a TBC Classic, a bunch of groups at the start of the expansion wiped on this boss. It's supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be that way until you get some gear. But it was always doable. Okay? It was always doable, and I just proved in this video, pugging, no comms, random people, random group comms. I got one Arms Warrior, one Fury Warrior, one Hunter, no Resto Shaman, it was a Resto Druid. So, and we still managed to kill the boss. So what's going on here? What kind of games do you guys really want? That is my question. That is my question, and the second question would be, does your version of the game purport and propel the long-term health of the game? Does that retain the larger amount of player base? Or is it only about you? Because you're a dad, divorced with 5 children, a tortoise, a goldfish, a cat, a dog, 2 baby mamas, 2 mortgages. Or is it just because of you? What happened to the rest of us? What happened to the unwashed, to the unshowered, to the no-lifers, to the rot-teethed gamers? What happened? Are you just gonna tap out just because of age? Just because, what? Your wife, your children, Instagram? What is it? Battlefront? Tell me. GTA? One thing is clear. If I'm in the minority and the version of the game, the prism that I have throughout that I used to view the game and how it should be, if that is in the minority of the people, if that is not representative of the people, but rather the first warrior that deceived, the druid healer that just invested 15 or 10 minutes into this group and then chose that it was too much of a time investment. The people that just rage quitted after I, albeit rhetorically so, used Divine Shield on a boss as a protection paladin. Oh, you used Divine Shield, you wiped us. Bro, you're playing a new expansion, you're playing finally TBC again. It's probably the first ever heroic that you ever do. Granted, the tank is a fucking mongoloid. He's obviously not well versed in the art of tanking, in the art of protection, in the art of divination, of exorcism. Granted. But, I mean, really, what is... I don't know, like... Maybe I'm the oddball. Maybe I'm the fucking weird guy here. I don't know. I was fully prepared to at least 2 or 3 hours of heroics. Be that full wipes, be that clears, be that fucking fighting tooth and nail to clear 70% of the heroic, just truly to test it out. Of course, I have a vested interest in clearing the dungeons and testing it out. I'm actually making a YouTube video. I'm actually trying to document the whole thing and record it, just for the community and to really gauge the opinions and the interests of people. But I don't know, like, tell me what you guys think in the comments. Tell me if I'm if the way I framed the group wasn't the right way to do it. Maybe it's because I'm completely unknown character in the scene. Nobody knows me. Maybe if Soda popping, if Asmon, or if Zico, I don't know, if any other WoW streamer attempted this, they would have a lot of more success. But then again, what you just experienced and saw, what you guys just were testimony to, is the normal experience for the average player. Why? Because I'm completely unknown. Nobody knows me. Okay? So the average group experience in TBC, if this group is representative, then this is what's going to happen. And if this group is again representative, then they should just fucking nerf the whole thing. They should just give us fucking Shadowlands talents and class design, and fucking give us just vanilla tuned content. I don't know, just give us fucking Legion legendary Drublobs chances on boss mobs and world drops. I don't know, is that what you guys want? Is that the games that you want to play? Is that the game that you guys want to watch on stream? Is that what you guys want to come home to after a long day's work, after a fucking nagging wife or girlfriend or whatever, or you're fucking an intense exam phase at your uni? Is that it? Why are you playing? Why are you playing, bro? So yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think. That's it, guys. Dr. Faust out.